and welcome to episode 14 of Up the Park, a football podcast. A podcast dedicated to Heart of Midlothian.
That's new.
That is new. Well, we've done it the first episode of 2022. I thought I'd just continue it on.
That's fair enough.
2022.
That works.
The positive vibes.
Positive
vibes on this podcast. How are you, Sean?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm fucking fantastic. What a day. What an absolute day.
Even after last night?
Even after last night. You know, you can't complain losing to Celtic 2-1.
Nah.
There's no much complaints you can do.
The only complaint I've got of yesterday's game is the first half performance.
Yeah.
I just thought that if we went at Celtic like we went at them in the second half, that game would have been a completely different story. Because, I mean, their goals, one was offside, which I'm not going to complain about too much because ours was offside.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain about it too much, but the first goal by Craig Gordon, to be fair, he's built up credit, right? He's allowed to make a mistake. I'll give him that. But why did it have to be against Celtic?
I know. It's just one of these things, isn't it? I think that yesterday's game is difficult, isn't it? Because you don't... The problem is that in the second half, we were so different. We played so different.
We were fantastic in the second half.
We pressed them.
The pressing,
we didn't let them play.
Atkinson's looking like a really good right back. I mean, he takes touches, he goes round players. That's total different. I know why Michael Smith started yesterday, because he would be more defensive. But Atkinson in the second half, in the first half he was a bit shaky. I think he was just getting used to the pace of the game. But in the second half, he was brilliant. I thought he was excellent. He was going round players, he was taking players on, he was defending well. But before we even go into who would be your man of the match for the game, I've already got my man of the match picked, and it was John Souttar. He was phenomenal yesterday.
I don't think it was John Souttar.
He was excellent. He threw himself in front of so many shots at Celtic, probably to impress the Rangers lot. But at the same time, he played absolutely brilliantly. He was excellent last night.
He did play good. I thought Stephen Kingsley was very good. Had a solid game. I don't think he done much wrong.
No, he was. I think him and Cochrane on the left were struggling a little bit in the first half.
Cochrane was struggling,
but Cochrane was struggling because you could see what the tactics were. Smith and Cochrane were coming into midfield to total close off the midfield. Celtic had already taken control of midfield, so us not pressing, we just basically had a back 10.
Yeah.
And at that stage, Cochrane can't do it. He can't play that midfield role like Smith can. So Cochrane just looked completely out of sorts.
I think the whole first half, the whole team looked a bit lost. I thought they looked lost.
The 35th minute to the 45th minute, it could have been 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I just think that we set up so wrong for the first half. And thinking what it is about playing Celtic and Rangers, that the first half we play utter shit. And I don't know if it's the plan. To absorb pressure, try and not concede, maybe get away on the break, and in the second half we'll go at them. I don't know if that's the game plan.
It doesn't work.
What Robbie's thinking, but it doesn't work
because that's two games now that happened with Celtic. Yeah. Rangers was the same. We lost that, and Celtic. We could probably, if we went at Celtic in the first half, I don't think we'd have lost that game yesterday.
No, we didn't.
Kudos to Celtic, though, they did play well. And Hattade was excellent.
They should play well. You know, I was watching it last night because I didn't get to the game. So you see the passage of play is just so much better than what we see at Hearts. Their passing is fantastic. It's actually fantastic.
They've got a much more fluid style of football.
Yeah.
We play into the channels a lot, which is quite old-fashioned football. But there was a few mistakes to the starting lineup last night as well. I get Giannelli's been playing well, but he never plays well against when we're on the back foot. He just completely disappears out of the game, and he disappeared out of the game yesterday as well. Giannelli played poor. I don't think personally Boyce was very good. His hold-up play was awful. We only started holding up the ball when Sims came on.
Yeah.
But that's what we've said this so many times on this podcast. Boyce is a player you play up front with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think in the second half we went 4-4-2. It was a very structured, balanced 4-4-2, which you very rarely see these days.
Yeah.
And we were excellent.
Yeah.
Mackay on the right, and then
Mackay-Steven
on the left. But even if it's not Mackay-Steven, those two can interchange through the whole game.
Yeah.
But for me, the biggest change was when Benny came on.
Yeah.
Devlin should be sent off.
I think big statement here. I think Devlin hasn't been great for the past 5, maybe 6 matches.
No.
I think he rides on the fact that
He runs a lot.
But it looks like he cares a lot.
He does.
He's a kiss the badger. That's what he is like.
He does care.
Aye.
But the issue is, he's playing.
But does that give him leeway?
No,
from
so
Hearts fans?
no, not at all. He gets out. Yeah, I think the honeymoon period essentially.
Yeah.
He does run a lot. He does make a lot of really good tackles. But he's also. I mean, yesterday there was a tackle that happened right in front of us where his studs were right into the shin of the Celtic player.
Yeah.
Right, and he was a lucky boy. He should have been sent off.
Yeah.
But that's why we took him off.
Yeah.
But with Haran and Benny in midfield, we just looked solid.
Yeah.
Like Haran just sat in front of the back four. Benny made so many tackles that I missed him.
Aye.
I missed him
I think you
so
see the
much.
difference. You see the massive difference between having Devlin then having Benny on.
Yeah.
Benny controls that midfield.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't let them get the ball. I don't recall a mistake last night from Benny.
No, so
I don't
Benny
think he lost the ball
Benny
once.
takes the ball
Yeah.
and then he can turn away, make that 1-2 yard of space,
Yeah.
find a pass. Devlin's instinct is to win the ball, pass back.
Yeah.
But Benny will win the ball, have a wee look. If I can go forward, I'll get a shot. That's what. There's a level, like. There's levels of players, and
Yeah.
Devlin is just a poorer version of Benny.
Yeah.
I'm glad we've got Devlin.
Devlin's a good player. He's a
excellent
good
utility
player.
player.
But Benny is just a superior player.
And Haran, he looked off the pace a little bit last night in the first half, but to be fair, the whole team looked off pace.
Yeah.
But in the second half, Haran was excellent.
Yeah.
He was challenging for everything in midfield. He was challenging for every header in midfield. I don't think he lost many headers. His aerial ability is really good in the central midfield. So I think Haran and Benny need to start against Motherwell.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't see what's wrong with going 4-4-2 at home against Motherwell and going at them.
We
'Cause I
won't go
reckon-
4-4-2.
No, he'll go back to his normal. He'll
Yeah.
go back to the 5 at the back.
But the 5 at the back works.
It
We
does.
know it works.
But if you can go at Celtic like we did in the second half, you could beat Motherwell 5-6 now.
They're not going to... The problem I've got with it is that... this is another big fucking thing by me. Gary Mackay-Steven played fantastic when he came on.
No, that's it though. That's it.
I know.
Next 10 games you'll get Gary Mackay-Steven.
But should Gary Mackay-Steven start instead of Giannelli? Have we got another winger? And why wasn't Woodburn playing? Why didn't Woodburn get a game?
I don't get why he didn't bring Woodburn on. The choice to bring Gary Mackay-Steven on over Woodburn, when you could have put Woodburn on the wing,
Yeah.
was a little bit strange.
I think Woodburn's going to play against Motherwell.
I think Woodburn's going to start against Motherwell. I think it's going to be him, Boyce and Mackay. You can't
Yeah.
take Mackay off. Mackay lost the ball a lot last night, but
Mackay's class.
But in the first half, he was the only Hearts
Yeah.
player pressing, and occasionally, there was one point in the first half where Joe Hart had the ball. He was a total arsehole to the fans last night, by the way. Oh, they were shouting abuse at him, but my God, he was actually turning around and just like giving it back. Total prick. Hate him. Ex-Man City Blurty. Scumbag. Oh, the fans, the best chant of the night. You're just a shit, Craig Gordon. Absolute best chant of the night. It was absolutely brilliant. But yeah, Joe Hart had the ball in the box, and only Mackay and Devlin pressed. They both ran up the park.
Yeah.
You could see them. Devlin was literally like waving for people to move up, and everybody just stood still.
Yeah.
And then every time the ball went back to Gordon, it was getting hit up the park, and Carter Vickers was just winning everything in the air. Carter Vickers is not the tallest player, but he's really stocky.
Yeah,
so he was just bullying them off the ball. Yeah, Carter Vickers is not a good centre back.
No.
He's not. I don't know why we didn't take advantage of that last night. That's Starfelt
I know.
and Carter Vickers as their back too. Their defence this season has been appalling, and it showed in the second half.
Yeah.
But the first half we just let them away with way too much.
Yeah.
Beaton was in complete control of the central midfield.
He just didn't do it.
He's not even a good player, Beaton.
No.
But
He should have been sent off.
Yeah, that wound me up. He was on a booking, and this was literally right in front of where I was sitting. He was on a booking, and he just punched the ball to stop it going past him. He just up with his hand, brought it down, and then he just got told, we got a free kick, so we got a free kick for the foul, but he never got booked for a deliberate handball.
It's stupid, isn't it?
Scottish officiating.
I know.
It's terrible. It's not just... We all know it's biased towards the big two, right? The Ugly Sisters. But it's just shit in general as well.
Yeah, it's shit.
Like, it's crap across
It's
the
shit.
board.
It is shit. Because you've seen both goals last night were offside. So the Giamakis goal was offside and the Boyce goal was offside.
Yeah.
Right? The weekend before at Celtic and Talbot, The guy handballed it, and he gave a
punched
fucking
it.
corner.
He did the hard boy.
He punched
it over the bar.
Aye.
3 of our decisions were boys who got called for offside. One of them he was about 6 yards long.
Aye. It's a joke, man.
It's
Apparently,
really-
at the weekend, the Dundee United game, there was meant to be a massive call, and he got that wrong as well.
It's bad.
It's everyone. And then the problem is that as soon as something happens against Rangers, Rangers have talks with the SFA, and the SFA let them have talks with the referee. But as soon as Robbie Nielsen wants to say something about it, banned for 3 games.
He gets fined.
Lee McCulloch, banned for 3 games. Had to watch the Celtic and Talbot game from behind the stand. Looking Paul McGinn from Hibs, remember how he called him incompetent? He got banned.
He
and
got
fined.
banned, exactly.
But Rangers can go and talk to them.
Rangers are allowed to have talks
It's
because
an
of one
absolute
decision.
joke.
Because of one decision.
The whole thing is an
It's
absolute
not just that
joke.
either. This is the funny part. The decision was a red card. The first red card Rangers have had in 2 seasons. And then straight to the SFA. Oh, he shouldn't have been sent off. Get it to fuck.
To be fair though, he shouldn't have been sent off. It was a bad call
I mean,
to send him off.
if you were to go, that proves
But
that
the problem
officiating
was
is terrible.
But the problem was at the start of the Aberdeen game, Alan McGregor should have got a red card and a penalty for Aberdeen.
Yeah.
But there was none given.
Because he took the.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an absolute joke. The officiating in Scotland is a joke. There's no there's. It's just appalling. It is. I'm fucking raging.
I couldn't even name like one ref who's even semi decent. They're all crap. They're all terrible.
They're all shit.
We're probably going to
No
get fined
wonder.
off the SFA for this.
No wonder we don't have any referees going to the Euros or going to the World Cup or doing big European finals or semi-finals. Because they're an absolute joke.
Yeah.
If you can't get decisions right in this country, how are you going to get decisions right in a big European night?
Yeah, I agree with what Robbie Nielsen said after the game. Is I think VAR needs to come in, but then the question is,
The same refs
It's
are
the
gonna be
same
doing it.
officials
Right.
doing VAR.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're still gonna make mistakes. I don't think there's a fix.
It needs to become professional.
It's been bad for 20 years.
It needs to become professional.
It needs to be professional.
It
John,
needs to be
100%.
professional.
And I don't get why. Surely the SFA can afford to pay referees full time.
Can they?
Aye.
Can they with their shit fucking sponsors and shit TV deals?
Well, maybe if they split the money a bit more evenly, they could keep some for themselves to actually pay some refs.
I think I think like.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I mean, I'm assuming you can't. The teams could probably band together and pay for some referees.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just an absolute joke, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just think it's so poor that either you get brand new referees trained, or you bring in foreign ones.
I just see what's wrong with contacting, because I'm assuming they've probably got a good relationship, the SFA and the FA down in England. I don't see what the issue would be of contacting them and saying, you see some of your League 1, League 2 refs, can we have some? Because they're full time.
Yeah.
So why can they not come up here and do some, and we pay them for it?
Yeah.
They can come up here and referees can't get paid that much money, right, to have them in for 90 minutes.
No.
Even if you just get them in for the big games, or the games that are on Sky, or something like that, anything, just to try and improve the ref, or get them to come up here and show them how we can do it.
I know.
Just train them better.
I know.
It's just I don't think there's a fix, and there's the bias towards the big two, but like you say, at the end of the game, if you're watching Dundee United versus Motherwell, there will guaranteed be a mistake.
Yeah.
It's just
But there's a mistake in every single game.
Oh, every single
game there's a mistake. Every single game. You know, you can count it on hands how many times people should be red carded in these games. You know, he should have been red carded last night. That Beaton. Jota should have had 2 yellow cards.
Jota should have been off. Devlin should have been off. Beaton should have been off. 2 goals should have been disallowed.
Yeah.
The penalty was a penalty.
Yeah.
That's about the only decision they got right.
That's it.
But I reckon the only reason that... I mean, John Beaton's supposedly, him and Willie Collum are supposedly the 2 best refs in the league. And that's straight off the back of the hand. That's 5 decisions in one game that John Beaton got wrong. Yeah.
But you see it on... We see it as this old firm bias. But I was on Twitter this morning and it's like, all the Celtic fans moaning that John Beaton was in charge. It's like, you don't know what it's like. It's the total opposite of what they think. They think that John Beaton's anti-Celtic and gives penalties against Celtic all the time and stuff like that. Where it's the other way around. It's totally the other way around for all these decisions.
Yeah, because like...
And that assistant referee should be sacked last night. He was fucking useless.
You mean the linesman?
It was him. Aye, yeah, assistant, aye.
Yeah.
On that side. It was him on both of them. What
was
the fuck?
He was the guy that was in front of us.
Same as the guy against Celtic and Talbot. It's the same guy 3 times. Sack him. You can't be making them sort of mistakes.
No, especially the punch. My God, that was shocking.
But there's that much money involved in these games. You know, what if this was at the end of the season and we had to win that or draw that to get into European places? There's that much money involved in football nowadays.
By one poor decision.
And then the referees fuck you over.
Mm.
I know it must be fucking solid being a referee. It must be. It must be shit. But, you know, do your job right. And if they don't do it right, get somebody to do it.
I agree. 100%
You know what I mean?
agree.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Well, do you want to talk about the Auchinleck game then?
Yeah, because that was a brilliant performance.
Yeah?
To be honest.
What do you think?
I know it was only Auchinleck Talbot, right?
Jake Halliday found his level?
Well, definitely, yes. Yeah, it was a good performance. We went there. We expected them to be a banana slip game, but we completely controlled that game. We didn't look. The first 30 seconds, I thought we were going to get scored past.
Yeah,
I was like, it's going to be a long day. But as soon as the first goal went in, I don't even think Auchinleck Talbot another look at our goal the whole game.
Nah. I think we went there with a full team, and we went there to give a professional performance and sweep aside Auchinleck Talbot and just get to the next stage. I don't think Robbie Nielsen will make the same mistake he did last season against Brora Rangers.
No chance.
He won't make the same mistake.
No. But it was good to see us score 5 goals.
Yeah.
Gonna lie.
Definitely.
We scored the most goals in that most goals in the game that weekend, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
Any
standout performers by you?
Barry Mackay again. Doesn't matter.
Big Bazza.
Doesn't matter where he plays or what team he plays against. He's absolutely brilliant.
He's class, isn't he?
He's such a good player.
He's going next season, like. I'm telling you, Benny and Mackay won't be playing for us next season. They'll be gone.
Nah, I don't think they will.
There was already suitors for Benny in January, apparently.
Yeah, but you have to think that he's promised us 3 years. He has to give us at least 2.
What? He didn't have to give us anything.
I think they'll stay. I think we'll get 2 seasons out with them and then they'll leave. Or we'll get till next January.
Yeah.
So we'll get another season and a half, something like that. But yeah,
I would love him to stay. But we'll make millions.
The thing is, right, if you get into Europe, they will stay.
Yeah.
They'll definitely. There's no why if we get into Europe, say we get into the Europa Conference League, and a championship club like Derby, well, maybe no Derby because it might not exist, Blackburn come in and say, here's 2 million for Barry Mackay, he will just turn around and go, nah, I'm playing Europe. Why would I come to you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what that European draw is. It gets us to keep our players that we need to keep.
Yeah.
I'm still a bit worried that we hadn't secured Harden on a new contract yet because he's been brilliant. And proof yesterday that he needs to play with Benny.
Yeah.
If we lose Harden and end up with Benny and Devlin next season,
we're fucked.
We're no fucked because against Motherwell and Aberdeen, we can win with them. But when you come up against Rangers or Celtic and you've got 2 identical players in midfield, they just get dragged left, right, and centre.
See, I don't know. I think Harden's our second best midfielder in the club.
No, it definitely is.
Harden's class.
He is really good. He's really a very solid central midfielder.
Yeah.
He's a very old-fashioned central midfielder.
I think this is Harden back to his best before that injury that kept him out for a year.
He is class. He's lost a yard of pace, but luckily
he's passing.
But luckily,
fucking brilliant.
He reads the game, so he doesn't need that yard of pace.
Yeah.
You know,
he's experienced. He knows exactly what to do. And when Benny's on the pitch, Harden doesn't need to do that role where he sweeps across the middle of the midfield and wins the ball. He can wait there for the ball to get won, and then he can distribute. He's fantastic at these balls. He wasn't the best last night against Celtic, but we know he's got a pass in him.
Something that really frustrated me against Celtic last night was Devlin when we got a free kick. He just took it straight away. We'd win the free kick and then he'd grab it, put it down, and then pass it back to Halkett or Suter. He didn't give us a chance to maybe make a set piece option. Yeah. He would slam the ball down and he'd pass it.
Yeah.
And people in the crowd were getting really frustrated. It's take your time.
Yeah.
We're playing against Celtic. A set piece goal might be massive in this game. But now you just get bang, back to Suter, bang, back to Halkett, bang, back to Kingsley. And you're just just give it. Let us kick it into the box at least once. Especially in the second half when we had Sims on. He can clearly see he's going to win headers. But he was like, nah, bang, pass it. And then it would go back to Devlin and he'd go back. He passed back and sideways.
Yeah, too much.
I'm glad he got taken off. He was getting wound up. because he couldn't get the ball.
Yeah.
That Hitade had him on strings. Like
He was good.
he's excellent.
He was a good player. Like.
The one thing I do have a complaint about him, yeah, diving bastard.
Ah, yeah.
Stay on your feet.
They all are.
Just stay on your
Celtic,
feet.
like. They all are. Like.
So bad. My girlfriend came with me last night because Brendan couldn't make it, and it was her first ever Hearts game. And the first thing she picked up after the game was like, they're on the ground a lot, and I was like, thank you. That's to me is her first ever Hearts game. You can see that like 90% of the time that Hitade was, he was leaning into people, then falling, and I'm just like, and then there was one time, Mackay came through Beaton, and Beaton went down, and I'm just like, he's like double the size of him. Beaton's a big lanky bastard.
They're just professionals. They know exactly what to do to win
just
titles and
frustrates
stuff.
me.
Yeah, it's just part of the game, isn't it?
I've never really watched Celtic this season, and obviously, I can't get over how makeshift and poor their defence is.
It is. That's been the only
really
thing
bad.
wrong with them. Do you can half Celtic's games this season when they've won have only been by 1 goal?
Yeah, I can see Rangers hammering them.
See, I'm unsure about that. Celtic are a good team. They're a good
And
team.
Rangers are?
They're good,
They're
but
5 points clear.
Morelos isn't there.
Doesn't matter.
You need Morelos.
How? He doesn't really.
Morelos is class.
But every time they beat Celtic in the past, he never scores past them.
No, you're right.
What was it? He's only got like 1 or 2 goals
Be
past
interesting.
Celtic.
Aribo was out, I think.
Celtic are missing player. Kyogo's gone. Their other striker.
The 2 Japanese boys have gone as well.
Starfelt's playing at centre back.
That's
an
called
opportunity.
Rogic is away on international.
That's an opportunity to win if Starfelt's playing. We put no pressure.
Interesting, like. I think it would be a different game if the 90 minutes of pressure. I think we'd be talking about a draw.
Well, what really annoyed me was Boyce. Boyce obviously plays off the man, but he was playing off Carter Vickers, and I was like, "Why are you not playing off Starfelt? Like Starfelt, we know from this season so far, he's prone to just misjudging a ball or missing a ball completely."
Yeah.
But he was on Carter Vickers, so Carter Vickers is not the best centre back in the world, but he's got like Premier League experience, and he's stocky. He's a big guy, so he was just pinning Boyce down the whole game. So I don't know why we didn't just like move to the other striker.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's difficult when you set up against Celtic because you expect Celtic to have most of the ball, to be very fast when they're playing, to pass it in triangles and do really well. But it's gutting when you see Hearts when they actually don't press. When you know they can do it. And you've seen 3 times this season already that when we're down by half time, the second half we come out and press and we're much better. You've seen it 3 times already this season. And then we still do it. The game plan is still the fucking same.
My fear is that we do it against Hibs.
We're not going to do it against Hibs. Do you know a fun fact about Hibs?
They're shit.
Hibs haven't recorded a shot on target in 172 minutes of league football this season.
Is that not since Sean Maloney took over?
172 minutes. 2 games and a bit.
They scored Cup Premier. I'm assuming it's League because they won the Cup game. So how?
Didn't have a shot on target last night against Motherwell. 10 men Motherwell.
I didn't know that. That's actually blown my mind. Hang on, let's have a quick look here. So who have they played? So yes,
Motherwell and Celtic. Celtic hammered them.
Celtic played much better than them. Where's the game? Liam Donnelly got sent off, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. So he'll be out for Saturday.
Shite anyway.
Man of the match was Chris Cadden.
Shite.
So it wasn't even a
Martin Boyle's gone. They'll be shit now.
They have no pace. Run. That's all he could do anyway. Right, here's the match stats. Oh my god, you're right. They didn't have a shot.
They had 4 shots and 0 on target, and Motherwell had 10 men.
And they dominated the game as well. 63% possession.
Did they dominate? Motherwell had 9 shots.
I bet that was before Liam Donnelly got set off. But yeah, to have 63% possession and no shots on target, that's really bad. Who did they have up front? Did they have Nisbet? Did Nisbet and Muller?
Aye. They're shit. They're shit, by the way.
I'll tell you one thing though, that formation they play, the 3-4-1-2, will play in our hands when we are back 5.
They're shit.
Yeah.
Kevin Nisbet can't score a fucking
The
goal.
thing is though, form goes in the window when it's a derby.
We'll hammer them.
I think personally.
Who do they play this weekend?
I personally think we'll beat them. But if they come out and beat us, it also wouldn't surprise me because there's no form. It doesn't matter. Livingston.
They play Livingston.
At
Livingston
Easter
will beat
Road.
them.
At Easter Road.
Livingston could beat them, yeah. Livingston are a decent team. It took Rangers till the 79th minute last night to score against Livingston.
And Livingston
At
got a
Ibrox.
Stonewall penalty, not given. Another referee.
Another
issue.
referee. I don't know, I think we'll beat Motherwell. We'll beat
yeah.
Motherwell on the weekend and we'll beat Hibs on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think the only issue with Motherwell is that their long ball football can sometimes really play against us because Halkett can win headers, but the other two can't.
I think they'll struggle without Tony Watt in their team.
Oh, they already have been. Yeah, I mean, but so Dundee United got beat yesterday, 2-1.
Dundee United shit.
And Tony Watt started and played the whole game, so there's your record signing.
Dundee United are shit though. I don't know. I think it'll be an interesting game on Saturday against Motherwell. I think it could be a very good game of football for us. But I've got a worry that he'll rest some players for Tuesday. I think because we're playing Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, so I think he's going to rest.
You think Suter's going to
Halkett won't play.
Halkett's hurt.
Halkett won't play.
Halkett went off in the 70th.
Smith won't play on Saturday.
No, I think personally Smith shouldn't play. I think Atkinson should keep playing.
I don't think Benny will play on Saturday.
I think you'll have to play Benny for a minimum 45 minutes to get on match fit. Woodburn will play.
I wonder if Boyce will get a break and Sims will play.
I'm all for Sims getting a game. He looks like a really decent player. Boyce is just back from being out for like 6 weeks, so
Could be interesting.
yeah, I think we'll see a different lineup.
And then we'll see our full strength squad. I wonder if Gianelli will get back in for the
I
Hibs
wonder
game.
what his front. That see to me for me like the back 7, 8 is obvious who you pick. It's the front three. Who do you put up the front three? Boyce obviously starts.
On Tuesday, who would you put at right wing back?
Right wing back.
Aye.
Atkinson.
So you play Atkinson against Hibs?
Atkinson played excellent against Celtic.
I don't know.
No, excellent against Celtic. Absolutely brilliant. In the
He
second
did
half,
play good,
he was brilliant.
but Smith's class.
He is, but Smith guarantees will be more defensive.
I wonder if Smith will play in centre back.
The reason we signed Atkinson was so we could have 2 attacking wing backs.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you play Smith?
Yeah, to be fair.
And if they're playing 5 at the back, you're going to need to pull their wing backs out or push them right back. Smith's not going to do that.
No.
Smith actually might be if they're playing 5 at the back, might come to a case of if Smith drops into midfield, you're actually giving them more space on the wing. I don't want to see that happen.
Aye, so Atkinson will play. Halkett will still be out, I think.
No, I think Halkett will be rested this weekend, and if he's fit, he'll play. But it was a hamstring, a tight hamstring. And
He's always fucked.
You don't want to risk it. That's why he signed a new contract.
He's always fucked.
The thing is, though, he always goes off in the 70th minute, but then he always starts the next game. So why does he not just give him a rest?
Yeah, I know.
Just like on Saturday, I don't know if we'll still have Suter.
We're still going to have Suter.
Well, there's talk that Rangers want him before the Celtic game.
Suter aren't they going to... They're not going to buy Suter. He's with us till the end of the year.
So if Halkett's injured, then it's going to be a case.
We want 600 grand for him, and Hearts won't accept any less than 600 grand.
You can't what's
What do you think about the Suter thing anyway? We've not actually discussed it on the podcast yet.
I was originally really pissed off.
Yeah, he wasn't pissed off. He was fucking raging. He was raging.
I hate Rangers and Celtic. But then when you think about it, he's a 25-year-old guy, young family.
Yeah.
Probably getting triple what he's getting at Hearts.
Easy.
He does, I don't care what anybody says, he owes his career at Hearts. He does. Because not many other clubs would have sat and paid him while he was sitting with 2 broken legs. And then another broken leg. And he's fucking, basically his Achilles tendons falling off. We paid him full wage that full time.
Yeah.
That's the bit that I'm bitter about, is that he's not giving anything back. But other than that, it's like, 25 years old, he's found fitness, he's back in the Scotland squad. Rangers are going to be in Europe next season. He's going to be about 20 grand a week.
Yeah.
He's only 40 minutes away from where he currently lives.
You can't really complain about it.
Nah, I think
it's better for him, but the problem is that it's Rangers. If he signed a pre-contract agreement with Blackburn, we wouldn't be raging.
I'd be annoyed.
I wouldn't be
No,
annoyed.
you'd be like, oh, why are you doing that? But at the moment, it's like, you prick.
I think I would be. I think I would be, because it's not. You're not joining one of your rivals. You know, he knows that Rangers are one of Hearts' biggest rivals, and he chooses to join them in a pre-contract where we get no money for it. So you're benefiting an opposing team, whilst your other team doesn't get any money for it. But if you go to Blackburn, you're trying to improve your career. Hearts fans would be perfectly fine with that. You know, we'd be a bit annoyed that we didn't get any money for him, but everybody would wish him well and would want him back at some point. Now nobody wants him back. Nobody wants him to do anything with Hearts ever again. You know, John Suter probably had a job as a coach lined up. You know what I mean? If he stayed. No, but even if he went down to Blackburn and came back up again, you know, he would always be welcome at Tynecastle because he's such a class player. He's got the potential to be fucking class, like.
He's got the potential to be the best Scottish centre back.
Yeah, easy.
Aye,
easy.
The only centre backs that's the only full centre back, because obviously Scotland play like Tierney at left centre back.
Yeah.
The only full centre back that he's maybe going to compete with Cooper, because Grant Hanley's a pile of absolute horse shit. There's not even a discussion on him. I
think John Suter's got the potential to play regular Premier League football down south.
Yeah, I mean, look at down south. Callum Chambers has just signed for Aston Villa. John Suter's better than him.
I think John Suter's better than a lot of defenders in the Premier League. He's class.
Well, people are ranting with Tyrone Mings, but I'd have Suter over Tyrone Mings.
But the problem is that he is replaceable. You know, we have two centre backs right now that are class, that have been equal, if not better, than John Suter this season with Kingsley and Halkett.
Well, it was proved. We missed Halkett when he didn't play, but when Suter's been out, we've missed him. Yes, because his distribution's really good. But it's not a case of like, oh God, we're going to get hammered here. But because when Halkett's out, our aerial ability at the back completely goes missing. Because Kingsley's a really good centre back and a really good left centre back, but he's no centre back. No. As in, if somebody punts the ball at the park, he's no winning a header.
No.
You know what I mean? Suter will try for a header. He'll challenge for it. Kingsley will have a challenge for a header. There's no point.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to win that. But Halkett wins every header. So yeah, I think Halkett to us right now is more important than Suter.
Yeah.
When Suter leaves, we need if we can't get Moore, which we probably won't because of the price.
Doubt it.
We need a player like Moore, who's going to come in, really tall, big stocky guy, can win headers, but can also play football.
I think it's going to be hard to find somebody good enough to fill his shoes. We're not going to find anybody good enough to fill his shoes.
I don't think there's anybody currently, other than maybe a couple of Rangers and Celtic players, in the SPL that we could take to replace John Suter.
I honestly think Michael Smith's going to be our new right centre back.
But that again takes your reliability down with the window, doesn't it?
Michael Smith's tall. He's class. Michael Smith is an old-fashioned right back.
Thing is though, then you're taking a 25-year-old Scottish defender about to hit his prime and replace him with, when it comes in, a 34-year-old makeshift centre back.
But Michael Smith's class though.
He is really, really good. But
I know what you mean.
Thing is though, he'll get caught on the break as well because he's nowhere near as quick as Suter. Because Suter's quick off the mark. Smith's not quick off the mark. We need to sign a centre back. We need to sign a centre back now. We need to look at getting one to be like,
well,
prepare for Suter leaving.
Well, apparently there's one lined up if Suter goes.
See, why do you not just let Suter go? To me, I'd be like, I'd accept the abysmal money they're giving us as long as we got a sell-on clause in there.
I understand why Hearts won't accept any less, because Suter's more value to them getting them European football than letting them go for 300 grand.
But if you've got a player lined up, why do you care so much?
Because the player could be bought in January, in the summer.
They could be bought now for the same price.
Maybe it's free contract in the summer.
Free contract would be nice. That would be a nice like for like, somebody coming in.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That Sims boy, I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
It got told that we were looking at him. Wednesday he was signed.
Yeah.
That's how close knit our new transfer, and I love it. I think it's brilliant. I hate leaks and I hate rumours. I'm a Man United fan as well, so it's like rumours are always like, you're signing this player, signing that player, and it's a load of crap. But with Hearts, if you hear a rumour on a Tuesday, you can guarantee within the next couple of days that guy's signed. Yeah. Because it happened with Atkinson, happened with Devlin, it happened with Sims, who we've just signed. Mm-hmm. Sims was playing for Blackpool last season.
Yeah. He scored a few goals.
21 games and 9 goals or something.
Aye, it's not bad, like.
Where did Blackpool play League
Championship.
1? Are they in the Championship?
Championship League 1?
I think they're League 1.
Decent level of football.
Do you remember when Blackpool were in the Premier League?
What, when Ian
Charlie
Holloway?
Adam.
Ian Holloway.
Charlie Adam went up playing for them. That was a mad team. It was like Gretna winning it in the SPL. They're in the Championship.
Ah.
So he was playing Championship football last season. He scored 8 goals in 21 games. It's not bad.
He made his Premier League debut last month.
Did he?
Aye.
Oh, of course. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's been injured for fucking ages. Sims. Let's have a look at him. He looks like a good player. I mean, admittedly, he only got like 45 minutes last night. But apparently one of the reasons that he was looking to sign for us was because Benny spoke to him?
Yeah. He knows Benny apparently. I've seen the interview at Hawks TV. It was good.
He looks like he's going to be a good player. I'm just going to have a look at his past achievement. If that's what you want to call him. So Rangers signed today?
Aye. Bit mental, innit? Like, he's going to be class in the Scottish Premier League, yeah.
Well, there's loads of folk commenting, it's obviously Celtic fans, I've seen it on Facebook, and there's loads of Celtic fans commenting on it, saying like, oh, he was barely making the bench for my United second team, right? He played 6 games for my United second team. He scored 5 goals and set up 2. And he was meant to go to Feyenoord on loan, but he got injured. So if you're telling me they've just loaned a player in who was meant to be playing Eredivisie footballer this season, has just signed for Rangers for half a season.
It's a bit mental,
It's
isn't it?
absolutely mad. I think he's going to be brilliant, and I think it's good for Man United to let a player like that get him some time. Right, let's have a look at here he is.
So he's played in the Premier League once this season.
Yeah.
When was it?
Who did he play against? In here? He was on the bench. This is 2020.
No, he played against Chelsea.
1-1 draw. Maybe not him. Wasn't, he didn't score. So what else? That's his Premier League. He's obviously played a lot of Premier League 2 games.
Yeah.
So if you go here, he's played overall his entire career, 112 games, 68 goals. That's impressive. Admittedly, some of them are like under 18s Premier League.
Under 18 Premier League, 21 games, 32 goals.
That's impressive. Premier League
Premier
2,
2, 15 games, 8 goals.
8 goals. Premier League 2 again,
12
games, 8 goals.
League 1, 22 games, 8 goals.
League 1 playoffs.
2 games, 2 goals.
Basically helped them get promoted. And
Could be a decent player, like.
He's played 1 game for Hearts so far. Played 4
when does his contract end? If you go into his profile.
Let's have a look here. 2024.
Contract expires. Oh, yeah.
2024. So we'll not get him on a free at the end of the season if he does play well, but
you never know. Might be decent. Might get him on loan again for next season.
He looks like a really good player. I mean,
it's a good bit of transfer business, though.
Excellent again.
Selling non-doué. Fantastic.
Jamie Walker gone
on loan. Free transfer at the end of the season. Can't beat it, eh? Honestly. It's been
and then
brilliant.
we brought in a player from the Premier League team on loan. I'm happy with her.
I'll be happy with another winger, but I think it's going to happen. I think that's it.
Well, we've got 4.
That's it, done.
You'd only sign a winger if the one of the 4 left.
None of them are going to leave.
Nah, unfortunately, Gary Mackay-Steven's going to be playing all season.
After yesterday's performance, I would rather see Gary Mackay-Steven on the pitch than Ginelli.
Gary Mackay-Steven.
Big statement.
Aye, it is, because last time Ginelli played in the league, he scored 2 goals.
I know.
Gary Mackay-Steven was...
But Ginelli was fucking shit yesterday.
But the thing is, though, right, he's
lazy as fuck.
The thing is, though, he's getting a lot of stick for the first half performance. Wasn't it just him?
But he's lazy.
He ran more than most.
No, he didn't. He's lazy.
Nah, he is. He's a player. He's a confidence player, and he needs to be in a team where we play on the front foot. So in this, I reckon if he was in the second half, he'd have probably been brilliant.
Yeah. I can't wait until Baza scores.
He needs a goal. See when he nearly put it top corner.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The Celtic fans were giving him stick. Honestly, that'd be so good. That was so good.
It's class. I love it.
Celtic fans last night were scumbags, singing IRA songs as per.
Oh, fucking of course they are. They're all junkies, man. I fucking hate them, man.
To be fair, I think they're the only team in Europe where their fans have to write to the actual club and say, "Can you please tell this guy to have a fucking shower?"
Did you see all the things on Twitter? It was like, all the Celtic fans in the home end watch it will sniff you. Celtic get battered everywhere they go.
They did as well, because like they were standing in the front row. There must be the front row in the stand that they were in, and there was a big, like, massive, very slowly, like you seen loads of like high-vis jackets pushing towards them, and then inevitably they all got fucking chucked out.
Really?
They dragged me 5-10.
Were they all cheering like?
So when Celtic scored, some of them must have cheered or said something, and then if somebody went to the stewards and pointed them out, then next thing you know, the stewards were doing the police were doing out the door.
Jesus Christ.
That was hilarious. Like,
it's bad, isn't it, though?
I know.
How are they allowed in?
I don't know how it happened.
How did they buy tickets?
Well, they must have bought tickets for the Hearts page.
The general sale.
Some of them went on general sale because there was 1,000 tickets left.
Ah, yeah.
We sold about 500 of them, but they must have bought some.
It's a joke,
It
isn't
is. Aye. They put them in the. I think they throw them out. I think they put them in the Celtic end.
Nah,
because you
can't
throw them out because they've bought a ticket. And if
but
they're
just
just
the home end.
but if they just cheer a goal, you can't throw somebody out for just cheering a goal. So I think what they've done is they've went down, grabbed them, took them round, and chucked them in the Celtic end.
I don't think they would. I think they'll phrase it in a way that's like dangerous for them to be in that sort of area. Because football's meant to be segregated.
Yeah.
You're not meant to be able to go into each home.
Imagine they were sitting in the Roseburn.
Aye.
Where all the hardcore Hearts fans like singing that. They'd have decked them like. The only thing I didn't like about that, and I'll never condone, was the Union Jack flags, man. Didn't need any of that.
You don't like that, do you?
I don't like that flag.
I like that. I like that Kyle Lafferty.
It's not a British flag. It's an English flag. Right? It's not a it's a fucking English flag.
What's the British flag then?
The British flag, and I care what the British flag is. Get the saltires out, right? They're Irish, they'll still hate it.
It's class. I love it. I love all that part of it. It's brilliant. It's funny.
Oh, it's funny to watch. Like, it is. I would never want to be part of it.
I love it.
Because I hate it.
I wish we signed Kyle Lafferty back. I love him, man.
Nah, that twat decided that going back to Livy was the best.
Come on, Nick. I bet you'll tell him he'll score like another 10 goals this season. Get them promoted.
He's just went for an easy ride, isn't he?
You'll be getting paid a decent whack there. Like.
They'll be their highest paid player.
Easy.
Well, no, because they've still got some ex-Premier League players.
Chris Burke will be on a bit.
He's 38.
I know.
Do
you remember him when he first broke through at Rangers? He was class.
He was a really good. He holds a record for most assists in one game, I think.
Really?
Not for Rangers, but for Killie, I think he got 6 assists in one game.
Holy shit!
Which is really impressive.
Who did he play for down south?
West Brom. I think it was.
Was that it?
I think it was West Brom. Birmingham. It wasn't West Brom at all. It was Cardiff. That's where he went after Rangers. Cardiff, Birmingham, Nottingham Forest. Then he went on loan to Rotherham. Then he went to Ross County, and then he got signed by Kilmarnock in 2017. And that's what he's been since.
Jesus, that's mad. That is mad. Right, let's look forward to the Motherwell game then.
3-0.
3-0?
3-0.
3-0?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to score?
Barry Mackay is going to get his first goal.
Right.
That's all I care about. I care who scores on the day.
I think Woodburn's going to get a hat-trick.
Fuck off.
Hey, I said it first,
Barry Mackay scores. Liam Boyce redeems himself by getting a goal.
I'm telling you, Liam Boyce is going to get 20 goals this season. Did we not make a bet at the start of this season about Liam Boyce getting 20 goals?
I bet we didn't include penalties.
No, we fucking did.
No,
It still counts as a goal.
We didn't include
It still counts as a goal.
Well, it doesn't matter because he misses.
Ronaldo scored about 300 penalties in his career.
Please, never put Liam Boyce in the same sentence.
I'm not.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
I'm not putting him in the same sentence. But they compare Ronaldo's and Messi's goals.
I can guarantee.
But Ronaldo scored like 300 penalties.
That Ronaldo has scored more penalties in his career than Boyce has scored goals in his career.
Bullshit.
Right,
Bullshit.
Right, Ronaldo's penalties.
I'm pretty sure we had a bet though at the start of the season about.
I'm sure it was about buying a shirt with Boyce's name on it.
Yeah, if he scored 20 goals.
Something like that, aye.
You have to do it if he scores 20 goals.
I'll buy a shirt with Boyce's name on it. I don't hate him that much. That his entire career... Oh, I can help find this out. How many penalties has Cristiano Ronaldo scored?
All 133.
Is that it?
Rangers
How many
conceded.
penalties have Rangers had this season?
That's class. Has Ronaldo scored?
167.
167 penalties, right? I bet you Liam Boyce has scored more than
Liam Boyce,
167
this might actually
goals.
be quite close, eh? Oh my god.
Oh, you're shitting yourself now, aren't you? You're fucking shitting yourself.
I completely spelled his name wrong every
67.
167.
He scored more than that. He must have.
167.
Oh, come on, he's bound to have.
I love how we can get pronunciation, his voice, his line, how we say his voice. His name, sorry. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
167 penalties. Right?
Right. Oh! See? Big Boise in attack. Nielsen's got us playing. Hearts are back.
That is it. So, he's only scored 20 more goals than Ronaldo scored just penalties. That's insane.
You can't compare Boyce to Ronaldo.
No, you can't. That's mental, though. To be fair, like, Boyce
is class.
Everywhere he goes, he scores goals. Like, he doesn't always score loads.
I'm telling you, Boyce will be our first. He'll be our first player to score 20 goals in the season since 1998.
Is that in
or
the
something.
league?
No, in total.
Because in the league, he's only got 8.
Yeah, he'll be the first player to score 20 goals in the season for Hearts since like the 90s.
So is that like a cup as well?
In the season, yeah.
How many has he got this season so far?
14.
14? No, 8. 14.
Huh.
And 2 assists.
14 games.
So,
and
he's going to get 6 more goals before the end of the season.
he's bound to.
Aye. 6 more bloody
Class,
penalties. Well, no, it would be 6 more penalties. He'll need at least 10 penalties to get 6 goals.
There's something about him, like his stats in total. He's like played like 60 matches and been involved in like 50 odd goals.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you look here,
He's class.
his entire Hearts career, he's if you look at his Hearts career, so if we fill it by club, go to Hearts.
So he's played 61 matches and he's been involved in 46 goals.
He's there's absolutely no denying it, but sometimes he just completely goes fucking missing.
He's a good player. Right?
He's one of the
He's
best.
one of the best strikers we've ever had.
He's one of the best strikers we've ever had.
Aye.
I can't deny that. Absolutely.
You were
can't
fucking
deny it.
hating him at the start of the season.
I still fucking hate him, man.
Remember that fucking 2-episode thing that you had about non-due starting in front of him?
But to be fair on that, like Nondulia started in front of him, and I straight away said that that wasn't the right thing to do. Well, it was the right thing to do because he needed a try.
Yeah.
But we tried it and it fucked it.
Fucking shit.
Oh, it was fucking shit.
I wonder how he'll do good in
I can't believe we
France.
sold him for money.
I know. Jink, we did sell him for money, or Jink, we sold him for like the rest of his contract or so.
Well, I
I
don't.
think they just paid his
know.
contract out.
I don't know. Has he played for his new team?
I
yet?
doubt it. No way.
Oh my god, look at that. That makes me feel sick.
No, it doesn't say a fee or anything.
No, he's not
I
getting
don't
a
know.
fee or anything like that. So let's have a look at his play, if he's played for them yet. Oh, I've already clicked that.
He can't
That
have
doesn't even
played
look like
already,
him.
yeah.
Is that
He
even
can't
him?
have played.
That-
That's him. That's
Doesn't
him.
look like him.
He's shit. I don't know if it just didn't work out for him at Hearts or he was just pish. I don't understand it.
Nah, I don't know. He just never looked good. He's played 1 game for his new team.
Huh?
He got
And
booked.
not scored.
He got booked though.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's 3rd division.
3rd tier France.
in France.
They got relegated last season from League 2. League 2.
Duh.
And they're like sitting like 4th or 5th in the league, so they're not even getting promoted.
I take it there's no more talk on that boy for Chester.
Nah,
Asher Madongo or something he's called. I don't know.
I think that's why we've got Sims in.
To be fair, I'd rather have a Premier League quality player than somebody who's
Then a guy who scores 20 odd goals in a season.
in non-league. In non-league. Calm down.
Jamie Vardy was from non-league. He could be the next Jamie
Alright, well,
Vardy.
Tisha Kamungo can go and sing for Leicester.
I bet he's class, huh?
Don't know, like.
Nah.
He's crap in Football Manager, I'll tell you that much.
So is Atkinson, apparently. So
2.5 stars.
so bad, actually.
No point signing them.
Not bad.
Right, so weekend coming up. Ross County Rangers.
Nah, that fucking what do you call him? Regan Charles Coote's going to score a hat trick. He's fucking good.
I think he's a really
He's
good
good.
player. Aberdeen versus St Johnstone.
Don't care. Aberdeen will hammer them. St Johnstone are
I
shit.
don't know, like, actually Aberdeen will
St
win.
Johnstone are shit.
Did you hear the when I was coming back for the Hearts game last night, I put the radio on to listen to like the feedback for the games. And the guy who had was it Dundee versus St Johnstone?
He was like,
I made 2 notes. It's like one of them had a shot and it went near the goal. It's just like, wow. Shite. Yeah, St Johnstone, Aberdeen will win that.
Do you know what one thing last night that pissed me off watching the Sky footage? Andy Walker, right?
He's the
Celtic goal that was offside. Oh, you can't tell if it's offside from up here, but the boys were, that was offside. That was clearly offside. Clearly offside, but it's really hard to tell if that Celtic guy was offside there. That's what he said. That's what he fucking said.
It was exactly the same. Aye? Like it was literally like, I think it was both their knees were put offside.
And Christoph Berra is a cunt. He's a cunt. He is.
Oh,
he's a knob.
That's the quote. I know. You wouldn't think he captained us. You wouldn't think he captained us on 2 occasions, 2 separate spells at our club, and he sits there and talks about us like that.
He was a knob.
How bitter is he?
And John Hartson as well. He's a knob as well.
Oh, okay.
They can both fuck off.
John Hartson.
I think we should look any of them to get any tickets.
Can I met
any
John
of these
Hartson?
Celtic bastards? Like,
I never met John Hartson, but I seen John Hartson.
Did you?
Aye, and
fucking he'd
nice. He's probably got a fucking metal plate. You see them when you button him. I was with my girlfriend and I pointed and I went, "That's John Hartson." She went, "Do you want to go over to meet him?" I went, fuck. It was at Rise, the trampoline place.
You should be like, "Celtic cunt!"
Yeah, fucking asshole. Fuck's sake. Right. Celtic, Dundee United. Celtic.
Septic.
Tony Watt hat-trick, 3-0.
Easy.
Dundee, St Mirren.
St Mirren.
St
Mirren looking good. Ronan scored a good goal against Aberdeen midweek.
Hibs, Livy.
I hope Livingston beat them.
Well,
Livingston could beat them.
Hibs can't get a shot on target.
Hibs are shit. Hibs are shit.
This is the worst.
Hibs have lost their main man, and they'll be shit.
This is
season.
The worst Hibs team I think I've seen.
And everybody's like, "Oh, Hibs are signing loads of players." Like, they're all fucking like 18. They're all 18-year-olds that have no experience at all.
There was a guy they were talking about.
They're signing this player from Bodo Glint called Hodge. He's played 2 games.
Harry Clark for Arsenal.
Aye.
Who is out for 6 weeks.
Who was shit against fucking... who was shit for Ross County anyway.
He signed for Hibs and then like 2 days after he signed he got out for 6 weeks injured. They signed like somebody who finished 3rd of Golden Boy in America.
Yeah.
And then did like the first 2. So 1 and 2 who won the Golden Boy. They retired or something. They retired from football and then they've signed the 3rd best one. So they signed the guy who managed to get a club.
Who else is there?
Oh,
some Swedish boy that they couldn't get a work permit for.
That left back used to play for Man United.
Oh, he played for Hearts as well.
Shite bag guy.
I wonder if he cancelled his pledge. Have you seen that?
He signed up to his pledge. Yeah. He signed up to Hearts.
Do you think he's cancelled it?
Nah, I hope no. I hope he's still paying us with their wages. Brilliant.
That'd be class.
You probably won't even notice it.
That.
Right, the thing is, I've got a Hibs mate who was on Facebook and he was like, "Let's hope he's good." And I was like, his second spell at Hearts, he was fucking guff.
He was alright.
Not his second spell.
He was alright. He was an alright player, but you know, he's no good enough for us. Might be good enough for Hibs.
Well, their level,
their level, yeah. I think we're gonna fucking hammer them on Tuesday. Yeah?
I hope we do. It would be nice to.
I can't wait. I'm gonna get fucking rat-arsed, like.
Aye, that'll be good. That'll be really good. I hope we win that game.
Yeah, same here. Is that us?
I think that's us for this week.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed listening to episode 14 of Up the Park. We'll see you next week then.
Yeah.
Where can they find us, Sean? Your part. This is your part.
Twitter is Park Up the.
At Park Up the.
Park Up the. Facebook is Up the Park. It's a Facebook page. Email address is upthepark1@gmail.com.
Yep.
And
we have a YouTube as well.
Oh,
the YouTube channel's called Up the Park. If you just search Up the Park Football Podcast, you'll
like and subscribe. Help with the algorithm.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for listening, everyone.
Thanks
have a good
much,
week,
guys. Have a nice week.